Card number 2, the Maiden. Keywords associated is fertility, independence, self-esteem, confidence, self-expression, self-exploration, self-interest, sexuality, creativity, selfishness, codependence, timidity. The key phrases associated with this card are follow your dreams, discover your passions, focus on self-discovery, address the self-imposed limits and restrictions, increased independence, seek your own answers, release feelings of fear and abandonment, craving attention, needing rescue, express goals and desires, be true to self, acting with empathy. The meaning of this card: the maiden walks an unfamiliar path but does so with confidence and grace. She has been taught by those around her that it is not selfish or conceited to follow her dreams and actively work to manifest her goals and desires. She does so without needing permission from anyone. Much like her male counterpart, the youth, the modern maiden is not afraid to ask questions, challenge the answers, and be the adventurous explorer. But while the youth explores new horizons, the maiden explores herself. The maiden is equally interested in first discovering and then nurturing her interests, and increasing her self-knowledge and exploring her waking sexuality. She forms relationships with healthy boundaries and expresses her sexuality with innocent pride and confidence. When she chooses to take a lover for the first time, it'll be done without shame or fear of judgment. If she chooses to remain alone, it's not because she believes herself to be undesirable, but because she does not believe that she needs a lover in order to be happy or fulfilled. The Maiden card is one of youthful confidence, empowerment, and increasing independence. She is fertile, but uses that fertile nature to create, express, and explore. She is on a journey of self-discovery, focused on learning more about who she is and what makes her happy, and she knows that her explorations in the present will give rise to a future self who knows what she wants from life and is not afraid to make it happen. In the past, the maiden was expected to do as she was told and be true to the expectations of family and society. In the present, the maiden chooses to begin the journey towards self-awareness and empowerment. The past influences of this card, the maiden, has a transitional meaning and is a combination of the child and maiden. How the maiden perceives the world and herself is influenced and shaped by the experiences of the child that she was, and her transition from childhood to early womanhood. She is at her most vulnerable during this transition, for it is between childhood and adulthood that the seeds of self-esteem take firm root, grow, and blossom. If the child has been treated in a harsh manner or has been neglected, the maiden may feel lost and alone, unsure and uncertain, with no real sense of belonging and security. If she has faced ridicule and scorn, she may become timid and meek, afraid to speak or act independently lest her actions give rise to anger in those around her. She may be overly dependent on others for guidance, validation, acceptance, and protection, and yet paradoxically, simultaneously be afraid to trust those very same people. She may also feel compelled to use her body and blossoming sexuality to draw forth the love, affection, and attention she craves. Just as the bud of a flower can be harmed by frost or fail to thrive in unfavorable conditions, the maiden can also be harmed by neglect or by harsh words, ridicule, and mockery. The damage can be even greater if those words and deeds issue from someone she trusts and loves. Feelings of betrayal and abandonment can leave permanent psychological scars that influence her future choices. If the child who grows to become the maiden has been wounded, seeds of doubt and insecurity, low self-esteem, and self-worth may take root. Over time, those seeds grow and give rise to a self-limiting and restricting mindset, and patterns of behavior develop that can have a destructive influence from inception until death. Conversely, The child who is nurtured and loved may grow to be the confident and sure-footed maiden. Her sense of self is positive and affirming, and so she moves out into the world with a carefree step, more inclined to seek out and follow her own path, instead of being directed or shepherded by another. Do you hesitate to speak your truth for fear you'll be laughed at? Do you find yourself in constant need of approval? Are you unable to trust both in yourself and others? Are you dreaming of rescue, that someone will suddenly appear and change your circumstances? It is the innocent yet self-aware, confident maiden who walks the path before her without fear. When she appears in your reading, she, like the child, asks that you release those feelings that limit and restrict, especially those born of the unkind words and actions of others. Stand tall. Devote time to the experiences in life that bring you deep personal pleasure and satisfaction. Do so knowing that your path and those activities to which you devote your time and interest are not for others to determine, question, or judge. Do not allow a fear of being rejected prevent you from knowing and being true to self. If this card is applying to your present situation, the maiden, young, beautiful, and pure, represents the arrival of spring, a time of transition and change. She is symbolic of a moment that is bright with new promise. It is a fertile moment, one that may bring both abundance and independence. Now is the time to embrace growth with excitement and anticipation. However, just as late frost can lay waste to new growth, ridicule and unkind words from others can give rise to doubts and questions that can, in turn, result in self-sabotaging behavior. Be strong and firm. If there is need, take steps to protect and nurture all that is new and vulnerable in you from those who seek to limit and restrict your growth. It is time to put your interests first, to walk your own path, and to sow the seeds that have been germinating within. Express yourself. Let that which has lain dormant awaken and come to life. The future influence of this card, as illustrated, is the epitome of self-exploration and the independence and empowerment that is born of self-awareness. To know who you are is to know what you wish to do with your life. To know who you are is to know what will fulfill you and in turn bring abundance to your life. Do you know what you want from life? Do you know your goals and desires? If not, it is time to look within and reflect. Do you know how to express those goals and desires and what steps you need to take in order to manifest them? If not, it is a time to find your voice and speak. Seek the answers. Do not wait for others to offer them to you or impose them upon you. Be proactive. Ask. Take the first steps towards becoming the person you want to be, and do so knowing that the only obstacles in your path are those you have created or allowed to prevent you from moving forward. The child was the seed, and the maiden is the young plant about to bloom. How she blooms is up to you. A potential blockage that this card can help identify is asking you to look at your dreams and aspirations. Are you acting from a place of genuine love and desire to improve yourself? Or are you resisting because you want things to go your way without a care for others? When we choose to follow our own path, it is not always possible to avoid hurting or saying no to those we care for. However, we can say no with mindfulness, empathy, and understanding. Be firm but kind. Be clear when expressing your desires and goals. Take into account the needs and feelings of others, and avoid behavior that makes you appear childish or selfish. This behavior will not help others to understand your decisions or respect your choice to walk your own path. I hope this card helps you if you were drawn to it. The messages, let them seep in and enjoy meditating on it. Thanks everyone, bye.